Hi all, Ricky Greenwell here with another makeup video. For this video we're going to be doing a transformation style makeup and my model for today is Seiwan. As always, I'm starting off with my foundation and I'm prepping Seiwan's skin and getting ready for the transformation that is about to take place. So for today's video we're going to be playing with a little bit of a gender bend, a drag king style makeup application, and I'm just starting off with just a straight up streetwear foundation to create like an even skin tone. Here I'm not trying to do any heavy contours or shading. I'm just applying foundation as I would for any standard makeup application. I'm now going in with a darker shade of my foundation and I'm starting to do my contours into Seiwan's face. So I've taken a shade that's slightly darker and gone along the jawline, cutting in underneath that cheekbone and adding a shadow line around the forehead. Part of my approach to the contour for this particular makeup is to square out some of the roundness that we naturally find in Seiwan's face. So I'm taking the contour across that nose to try to square out that nose a little bit more. And you can see that I have product on my Beauty Blender and then I'm rotating my Beauty Blender around. It's that little contour product into the eyelid. And here you can see I'm taking steps to add contour along the side of the face. So I'm actually taking it into that hairline, taking it down the jawline so that I'm actually creating a strong linear shape. And what I'm trying to do is kind of squish in that face or bring that attention to the center of the face and take out any weight. Once again, trying to narrow that face down a little bit, square it out a little bit more, and take away some of that feminine features by creating sharper, more defined lines. I'm just going in with some pressed powder, and I'm actually taking a lighter tone to just dust over the skin and set my initial layers in place. Now I'm going through and contouring with powder product on top of all of my contour that I did in the cream. So here I have a shadow and I'm just kind of going through and reinforcing that shadow underneath the jawline just to try to square out that shape. Adding contour along the side of the face, into the cheek area. Now I'm going through and starting to add more sculpted features to the face. I'm trying to add some shading underneath the eye area. So this is where I'm actually kind of adding a little bit of that bag-like quality underneath the eye. I'm counterbalancing that with a highlight. So I'm adding highlight underneath the eye, opposite of my shadow line. So I'm taking it underneath the eyeliner, but to the outer edges of where those shadows were. Contouring out that nose, just give me a square appearance. And here you can see I'm utilizing a brush and my ring finger to blend as I am working my product. So I'm switching out two brushes. I have a brush for highlight that I do all my highlights with and a brush for my shadows. I'm blending both with my brush and my finger, and here you can actually see I'm using a loose powder brush to set the product as I'm working. And there's times that I'm actually pinching my brush to give me control over where I'm putting placement of powder. I'm looking for a slightly more natural gender bend. I'm not looking for as over the top theatrical in with this placement or with this particular application. Now I'm going through with an angle brush and some brow powder, and I'm just kind of sculpting out the brows. And my attempt here is to make a richer, fuller brow. So I'm overpainting the brows ever so slightly, but I'm also trying to take away some of that nice manicured brow that Seiwan has, and I'm trying to do a little bit more of a thicker, fuller, masculine brow. Now I'm just going through with my brow comb, and I'm kind of raking through that product and trying to groom the brows to a more fuller feature. So here you can see that I'm kind of raking everything in an upward direction to give more fullness to the brows. Now I'm going through with a mascara application, starting on those lower lashes. And then I'll be using a zigzag motion to apply mascara to the bottom lashes. And I'm moving to the top. Here you can see I'm kind of rolling the product onto the top of the lids. So I'm taking that mascara, rolling it in, and then zigzagging excess product on. So here I'm just taking a Q-tip and cleaning off any extra product from the mascara that I got on Seiwan's eyes. Now I'm going through it and just adding a little bit of a contour shape to the eye and just a nice natural tone. I'm just trying to get a little bit of weight to the eye. I'm not looking for a true eyeshadow look or appearance, but I am looking for a little bit more contour and depth to come out of the eye. Now I'm adding just a little bit of a natural cheek color to the cheeks. I'm also kind of reinforcing some of that jawline. Now I'm going in with a natural lip color. So I'm kind of filling the lips in a natural fashion. And I'm going in, so I used a chubby lip pencil and a nice natural tone. And now I'm going in with like basically a Carmex or a Blistex kind of product. Just something that has a little bit of no color to it. Just adding a little bit of shine so that I can blend out my products so that I have a nicer, fuller lip without being feeling like there's a lot of lip product on it. So I'm wanting a little bit of color and definition and a natural tone, but that adding a little bit of product that gives slip. And here you can see I'm just taking some tissue and pulling off any extra pigment. So for my next step or part of the process, I'm going to be laying some hair onto Seiwan's face. So here I'm just using a matte adhesive. And I'm going to be doing a classic like chin strap application of hair. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm starting by laying the product. Matte adhesive is a adhesive that needs to be tacked up. It is a spirit gum. But this, I'm just kind of giving me the definition and shape of what I'm looking for. And now what I have done is I've rolled hair into crepe wool hair into a small ball, and I'm now pressing that ball into that matte adhesive to give a 5 o'clock shadow appearance. I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side. Now, after I've applied my hair, I'm taking my brow comb and I'm raking the hair in a downward direction. This is where I'm starting to get the directionality of hair. It's important if you're going to be doing like a crepe hair application to apply hair that you do give some, pay attention to some direction in which the hair would grow. So the glue is still a bit on the tacky side. I didn't tap it up for this application. I applied the hair into the glue, and I gave it some time to work. And then I'm tapping the hair into the glue as I'm applying it. That's making it a little bit tacky. And then brushing the hair with my brow comb. That gives me some working time when the hair is a little bit this short to give me some directional shaping. Now I'm going through and applying a little bit of matte adhesive to the top of Seiwan's lip. I'm going to be doing like a thin pencil style mustache. And I'm going to also be adding a little bit of a soul patch. Here I'm actually taking a birchwood stick and I'm actually tapping up my glue in preparation. So unlike the along the chin strap area, I'm actually taking the time to tap out my glue and make sure it gets tacky. And you can see that the lip is actually starting to move and with the birchwood stick itself, where the stick is actually wanting to stay in contact with the skin. That's when it's giving me the indication that it's ready to accept and lay the hair into. And going with that same process, I'm actually using those short stubbled pieces in that ball shape to kind of lay the hair into place. Taking my brow comb and kind of making sure that I'm tapping the hair in place and then grooming and shaping the hair as I'm working. This does one of two things. I'm dusting off any excess hair that I don't want. I'm grooming the hair into place, and I'm actually putting a little bit of pressure so that the hair is staying and groomed to look like it's actually growing from Seiwan's skin. Taking just a loose powder brush to dust off any extra loose hair. Now I'm taking a Q-tip with just some alcohol on it just to clean off any area that may have residual glue left behind. And now I'm just going to add a cap to give a little bit of that appearance, or that to finish off the look. And here we have a completed makeup application. So it's my hope that you learned something with me today, and remember, if you believe it's possible, you can make it possible.